Hey, let's get this thing going. Good afternoon. Thanks for being here, everybody. Montana travels to Portland State today. Undefeated at 10-0, or this week, undefeated at 10-0 on the season. We've got offensive lineman Cannon Pamphloff with us and safety TJ Roush. And Coach, we'll just start with your final thoughts after a win over Eastern Washington before Montana goes to Portland.
Thank you, Eric. It was great to win. It's great to get to 10-0. It was a pretty crazy game. Obviously, that's probably an understatement, but numerous of you guys have used the term complimentary football to me over in the past. And the first part of the game, we were doing that really well, exactly that, flawlessly. And then second, third quarter, we did not do that, and that's why the game got close at the end. So anyway, it's good to win and good to be 10-0 and ranked number 2 in the country. So, Portland State's coming. They have not won a bunch this year. Obviously, that's where they sit, kind of the other side of the coin from us. But this is a huge game for our program and for our team's goals. So this game against Portland State is a huge game for us. We need to understand that. I think it's going to be cool that we're playing downtown again. I have not been there for a while, and I don't think they have either. So I think that's great that they get one game to be played downtown, and they've chosen our game. I think it's a cool venue. So we're excited to try to go get our 11th win in a row and win this weekend.
Questions?
Coach, we'll start with just with Portland State. Obviously, I think it was 2 weeks ago, got their first win against Cal Poly. And last couple of weeks, they're still looks like they're still fighting. They're still playing well. Just what's kind of stood out about them, maybe the last couple of weeks that you've seen?
You know, they've kind of settled in to what they're doing. Early in the season when they opened up with Tarleton at BYU at Hawaii, that's uphill for teams in our league, and they didn't fare particularly well. But they've kind of settled in what they're doing, and they've played well in a lot of games lately, and obviously won that game at Cal Poly.
You mentioned just having not played that downtown venue in a while. Just any memories from your first run here, or any time that kind of stood out at all from that place at all?
It's quite a while ago. So, yeah. I know one year we played them, and Glanville was the head coach, and Mouse Davis was the offensive coordinator, and we really played well on defense. And I saw Mouse coming across the field, and he raced over and grabbed me before Glanville got there. And I thought he was going to fight me or something, but he just said, "Hey, I haven't had my ass kicked like that very often," which I thought was the ultimate compliment.
TJ, just your excitement of seeing Portland State. You guys see them every year, but it'll be a new venue and a new place you guys will play. Just your thoughts on playing them, but also something a little new as well.
Yeah, I mean, for sure, it's going to be exciting to see that new stadium. I've never been able to play there. I got to play Portland State a few years back in their other stadium, so it should be fun.
You guys kind of, have had a couple of days to let Saturday sink in. Just, your thoughts on the team being able to, kind of gut out a win like that, just from the player's perspective, right? It just kind of ebbs and flows in a weird game, and just your guys' thoughts on being able to get that done in a different way.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we didn't have our best stuff, but that's what good teams do. We find a way to win, and we did that.
Same thing for you, Cannon. Just what was it like playing in that game and just watching the team kind of buckle down and find a new way to win a football game?
TJ, I mean, Kenzel had that interception in the
You know what? Hold on. We're on to Portland State. So I'm going to talk at length about the Eastern game on my radio show. So you guys should all tune in, but we're on to Portland State. We need this win this week. We need to talk about Portland State. Thank you.
You guys are top 3 in the country in intercepting passes and just forcing a ton of turnovers this year. What do you credit that success to on the defensive side there?
Yeah, we got a great defensive coordinator, great defensive coaches that get us right and ready to go every week. And, yeah, we got players that are making plays, and it's absolutely fun to watch and fun to be around.
And Cannon, when the defense does get a turnover, you guys have been great about converting those into points afterwards on offense. So just what's the mindset coming out there, and how have you guys been able to find the end zone so often? then Bobby, KLE has really cut down on the interception. Has really cut down on the interception since the second game of the year. So just what do you attribute that to the past couple months?
He's not throwing it to their team would be the simple answer. But I don't know. He's seeing coverage. You know, I think it comes down to repetition and experience, Frank, to be honest with you. You know, I always like to yell at him for throw it to your own team when they throw it to the other team, but there's probably a little more to it than that.
Portland State offensively, anything stand out when you look at them?
You know, I like the running back. I think he's got a lot of make you miss ability. They do a lot of good things schematically in the run game, and then they have the built-in stuff with the boots and the play actions and all that other stuff off of it. That's always hard to deal with.
Defensively,
you know, I like their front. I like the way their front's playing. I think those guys do this, in particular the defensive ends, do a really nice job. And it depends what they're going to play. You know, if they're going to be 3, 4, or 5 down. But I think their defensive line's doing a really good job.
obviously a team that you play every year, so the familiarity between the two programs, and then obviously with some familiar.
Yeah, I'm real familiar with the special teams coordinator who got the best of me last year. We're going to try to ensure that doesn't happen again.
TJ, just you guys have been pretty good in this spot, right? The game before the last game of the year. What do you attribute that in your career to being very prepared for what I think a lot of people might call a trap game?
Yeah, I mean, our mindset every week is to go 1-0, and we focus on the week at hand, and we don't look forward to a game in the future. So I think that emphasis is really what helps us keep on continuing to win these games.
Ken, maybe just the same thing for you?
Yeah, when you look weeks ahead or games ahead, that's when they do become trap games. So you really just got to focus on winning the current week and winning the task at hand.
Ken, you've been playing O-line with a lot of these guys for a while now, and you guys continue to improve. Just how has that kind of helped you guys as a unit?
It's been great. I mean, we've already, coming into the season, we had quite a bit of senior leadership on this O-line. So it's just been really great to see the group improve as a unit. Especially, I think, in pass pro, we've done a lot better. But, yeah, I've just been playing with these guys for years now, and it's just really great to see us improve.
Coaches across the league talk about Coach Barnum and his creativity and some of the stuff. Sometimes he'll throw some formations at you that you've never seen before. Are you expecting similar things on Saturday?
I am. Historically, they've done a lot of that. They do different things they go everything from 5 wides to extra offensive linemen in the game. So we don't know what they're going to do. They've had some injury at tight end, so it's probably restricted a bit the multiple tight end packages, and that's what the breakdown is. But they'll have some stuff for us. I mean, I don't know. Maybe it'll be extra offensive linemen, but they'll have some stuff for us. Is
there something that characterizes Bruce Barnum's teams over the years that's a common thread?
I don't know. I think, they always, sort of what you just said a minute ago, they always have some wrinkles in the run game that give you problems. And then back to Frank's question or Kyle's was they'll have play action and bootleg stuff off of that, which I think offensively is something that's always characterized them.
What have you thought of just the overall job that Barney's done there at Portland State over the years? That
is not for me to answer. Other than it's just great. Love the guy. I think all the coaches in this league do an awesome job, and he does. I will answer that. He does a great job. I mean, he's got a great attitude. He's got great demeanor for Portland and Portland State, and when they hired him, I didn't think they were going to do that, and I'm glad they did because it's been good for Portland State. There, I did answer it.
Coach, you've been up, 3+ scores many times this season. Obviously, is good. Challenge maybe like the balance of getting extra guys in, being aggressive, being a little bit more conservative. How do you think that the team has done so far this season as far as trying to figure out that balance when up big in games?
Yeah, so the question is really just we've been up too much and we're ahead too much, and then we just got to do better with getting up by more, right? Then what? I don't understand the question. Then
How do you think the approach is when you're up 3+ scores? Because I think a lot of people think it's like the easiest thing, but there is a lot to balance as a coaching staff.
Yeah, I suppose. I don't know. We play a lot of guys, as you mentioned. But if we put you in the game, we kind of expect you to perform at a championship level. That's the standard. I'm not sure that we've done that. In fact, I'm pretty sure we haven't at times. But that would be my hope at all times in this program, that if we put somebody out there, they perform at a championship level. And then, from my perspective and being introspective about it, I probably got to do a better job when we're up 3 or 4 touchdowns. All right, guys. Thank you.